Ladies and gentlemen, it is once again breakout time, but this time it is Judgment Day. We have a very, very exciting co-main event sitting right here, and we are doing behind the gloves today. And we are going to be doing some rapid fire questions, and then we're going to go to some fan questions because we got a lot of them. Guys, this is such an exciting fight. The back and forth has been there. Their posts have been there. Everyone has been updated on what's going on a daily basis with these guys. So I'm, for one, very, very excited for this one. So without further ado, let's start with the question, boys. Sound good?
Sounds
Absolutely.
great.
All right. So let's start with Augustine. Who is your favorite fighter out of the 04 card?
The '04 card, my favorite fighter. I don't even remember that card, bro. No, I'm just playing. No, to be honest, it's gonna piss you off, bro, but Divine is definitely my favorite fighter from that card.
No,
Uh,
why would that piss me off? You're good.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe you're more level-headed than I thought, but no, he's a great prospect in the SCB scene and just in the influencer scene in general. So he's gonna go places, and that was a great performance for sure.
Absolutely. And Pat, how about you?
Um, '04. I'm not gonna say '04. I'm gonna say '05. My favorite '05 fighter is MC Weeks.
Okay. Okay. So you switched it up to 05. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, so why don't you describe each other like in one word, if you could? We'll go with Augustine first.
Consistent.
Okay. Pat.
Hmm. I've got. There's a lot. I gotta really think about this one. Um, how do I put this in like words? I'm just gonna say nonstop.
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 Okay. I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
What's your best punch?
Right hand, straight down the pipe.
My jab.
Jab. Okay. Is this your toughest fight? We'll go with Augustine.
No.
Okay. Pat.
No, but it's not the it's close to it.
Okay. What round does this end, Augustine?
The second round.
Pat.
Third.
What is the ultimate goal, Augustine?
Legacy.
Pat, to you.
To grow the scene for my fighters, but for this fight specifically to fight for my family.
Okay. What's going to be your first title defense? And we'll go to Pat.
Either Colin Johnston
Okay.
or depending on how the fight goes, I could see myself maybe even fighting Augustin again, depending on how it goes. Because
Okay.
of how the buildup has been, I do think that people would want to see a second one if it pans out well for either one of us.
I agree. I agree. Augustine.
I won't be defending the title.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Um, sorry, I'll skip to the next question. So describe this fight in one word, if you could.
This fight in one word is historic.
Pat.
Hectic.
Hectic. Yeah, I agree. I think everyone's been seeing that too.
Yeah.
Um, what is your biggest regret so far? And I want to start with Pat.
My biggest regret in life now is not talking to my grandfather before he died.
Okay.
He
Augustine.
that's
Oh,
that
sorry,
was
sorry.
no, you can go. Yeah.
Augustine.
I would say not starting boxing sooner.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Okay. This one's a little controversial one, but you got to answer it because it is something I have to ask. Who is your least favorite person in this scene?
I know what he's
Who
gonna
wants to start?
Yeah, I know. I
Who,
know. Well,
who
that's.
wants to start?
I
I
mean,
know.
I was kind of letting it go to you guys, whoever you thought of the first, but it seemed pretty quick, huh?
Yeah, for me, it would be Lesra Gomez, who's, I believe, on this call now.
Okay.
Hmm.
And Pat,
Juan.
Juan. Okay, it's a good answer. I like that answer.
You know what? I'm
Um,
gonna switch to Juan actually. Lesra,
okay,
Lesra, you're second. Yeah,
okay.
Juan's number one actually. I think that's one thing me and Pat can agree on.
Yeah,
A
that's
couple of
what I
things
was
we
gonna
can agree
say.
on.
There we go. There we go.
Juan.
Making bridges a little bit.
He's so irrelevant, I almost forgot about him. One thing Lesra is relevant. I'll give him that.
So, 1 year down the road, where will you be? And we'll start with Augustine.
A vigilant MMA champion and an Misfits MMA champion.
Okay. And Pat, same question to you.
I will be with the Breakout boxing belt on a lake in the Finger Lakes, New York.
Finger Lakes. Love it. Are you both ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, boys, that's all the questions I have for you, but we got a lot of questions from the fans. And I got to tell you, some of them, I'm not for sure on, but I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see. So let's just get on to the first question. Sorry, just pulling it up here. Let's start with the one and only Lesra Gomez. And his question for Augustine is, what's next after you get stopped by the Boston Brawler?
Yeah, it's sort of a leading question, definition of. So I'm not gonna give that any attention at all, actually.
And question for Pat from Lesra. Where at in your house will you hang this beautiful breakout belt after you demolish Wiener Seal?
Hmm.
So cringe.
Well, clearly Augustin does not like Lesra very much. I was very surprised by the answer that he said that. I was very surprised that he said that he said Lesra before Juan. Like that was a little crazy to me. I was like, damn. Like,
Well, like I said, I fucking forgot about him.
all right,
He
well,
is completely irrelevant.
um, I haven't really thought about that. I'm because you think I was gonna carry it around and do a bunch of content with it. So like, ideally, right there. But I probably have to buy some.
In front of the Spider-Man?
Um, I gotta replace the poster back there with Spider-Man because I got something else to put up. But yeah, yeah, where
All right,
Spider-Man is.
sick. All right, well, we're going to a little bit more of a weird questions, I guess. We're gonna have a couple of those in here, and I apologize for that. But the question is from Wilbur. If John Pork called your phone, would you pick up? Augustine.
Yeah, no, he's me and fucking Mr. Pork go way back, dog. He's a day one homie and longtime supporter, so yeah, I'd pick up, dog.
And to you, Pat.
Yeah, me and Master Pork go way back to I don't know what Augustin's talking about. You know what I mean? Me and him used to do some pretty massive illegal activity down near the Florida border, and we did a lot of catfishing, illegal catfishing, and we
Yeah.
surfed, and we had a special connection like no other. So congratulations to John Pork on becoming presidential elect for this year.
Nice. Well, yeah, I heard catfishing and is kind of you can go in for life, so we'll see how that goes. So question for both fighters from Chapel, the one and only Chapel from across the pond.
Our favorite person.
They said who's their favorite, I don't even want to say it, but who is their favorite cutie patootie from across the pond? So someone from UK, I guess. Is who is your favorite person from the UK, I guess he's asking.
Chris Eubanks Sr.
Okay. Pat?
My favorite person from the UK. Hmm. It's gotta be Chapel Man. He, he's a real
Just
American
Chapel.
now.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't even
American
think
now.
he should be even
Yeah.
across the pond. We need to
He
get him a
claims to be American.
citizenship.
He was talking more about the election than most Americans were.
Yeah.
um,
Heavy guy.
so Pepper, I'm guessing this is, I mean, Pepper. It's from Pepper Poppy. Augustine, I guess this is for you because I wouldn't imagine Pepper would say this to Pat, but he's asking why are you ducking me on Breakout, and I don't know if you.
Sure, I'll give this clown 20 seconds. Yeah, so he denied two offers from me to fight. He denied my offer to fight on Street Beefs about a month ago before the Pat fight. We would have already fought by now. And then I told him to pull up to spar day at 05 and he said no. So he's denied two offers from me. This Breakout fight for me is a one and done thing. Like I said, I'm not going to be defending my belt against anybody. If Pat wants the belt, he can have it. He's going to have to fish it out the trash, but he can have it. So yeah, there's his 20 seconds, I guess.
All right. So next question, from Pascal. Question: why do you think? Who do you think wants to win more? And I guess August. I don't know.
I'll start because I mean it's the answer's me. So
Right. That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
I don't really.
I definitely want this more. Pat's a veteran. This is going to be his 8th fight, and you know, he's got a lack of interest for sure. I mean, we saw it all this year. A few times over social media, he would say things like, I'm going to be taking a break. I'm burnt out. Heard that a few times. I'm not burnt out. I'm ready for this, for the long haul, to run this scene. So, yeah.
Pat, to you.
It's the biggest load of shit that I've ever heard. I took a break because I had to go through life. I had to fight through life. And because I went through this boxing shit, I'm able to tackle life further. I am more motivated to win this fight than ever. He can believe that he's more motivated than me. I know he's motivated. Um, Out of any opponent that I've ever had, he has the least amount of quit in him. Out of the entire bunch. I mean, he hasn't quit in a fight. So there you go. But I'm fighting something for deeper than like anything that's on the surface of any realm possible. You know what I mean? I don't want to go
Oh,
into it. I
I'm
don't want
telling
to
you right now,
describe
it
it.
doesn't
I
it doesn't
I
match mine.
can put some serious money that that's the fucking truth too. So,
No,
I mean,
it doesn't match mine.
I'm fighting for someone that isn't even alive anymore right now. You're fighting
Look,
for whatever it
just
is.
because you
Yeah,
don't know who in my life.
so
Listen, Pat,
what's
you
up?
don't know who in my life has passed away in the last year.
Yeah, and
I
I
don't
know.
talk about anything that goes on in my life
Yeah, so
that
don't talk
somebody could have.
about me
Okay,
and being
listen,
like,
someone
oh
could have died
no.
yesterday. Okay, but you don't know. You have no idea.
Yeah,
People
I
around
don't
me
know. So I'm
in
saying
the in the
I know you're
last year,
motivated, but I know
because
I
of
know
death,
my
my circle's been
motivation.
cut in half.
I know my
Best
motivation.
friends, my grandmother, my uncle,
And
my
I'm sorry about
pets.
that. So
Many
you're
things have
carrying
happened in the
that
last
into this
year that,
fight. So
and
you're
just because
carrying
I don't
that into
talk
this
about all
fight. So
those
you
things, just
understand
because I don't
how
talk
I
about all
feel.
those things doesn't mean they're not happening to me as
I
well.
I
So
haven't
I'm
talked
fighting
about
for
it up
just
until
as much
now.
as you, man.
I haven't talked about it up until now. So if you have all that shit that's happened to you, you've been put through the ringer too, then you understand that this year life has put the ringer through me, and I had to force myself to take a step away from fighting. That isn't
I'm
someone
telling
who
you, you
that
have no
isn't
idea
someone who
what I've
doesn't
been
want to
through,
fight.
and you're
Someone who
judging
has
what
to
you've
take a
been
step
through, and you're
away
saying that
from
you think
fighting
that you
because
want this
they
more. You do
have to.
not
They,
want
they
this
literally
more.
have to take a
You're
step away
not
from
fighting for
fighting
what I'm fighting for.
because
You're finished. You're a
yeah,
veteran. You're an
you can
old
believe
veteran,
that, dude.
and
You can
you're
believe that
done.
all you want, but you're gonna see
You're
on
done.
December 7th when you're on the floor that that's not the case.
You
So
like to say
if you
this is
want
your
to,
game, right? Yeah, this is my game
this
now.
is my
Okay.
game. I built it, and you're gonna fucking see that. So you better be ready.
The
All right,
day that
boys.
you
So let's.
understand that I can
I
play
don't
this
think you
game
are.
much
All
better
right,
than you
boys.
is the
We
day that
only
this
got we
community
got a
will be
lot of
better off.
questions. We got a lot of questions. I want to move on. I love the back and forth. Trust me, I love it. We got a lot of questions though from a lot of people. So, um, another question from Pascal. What's one thing you see as a threat from your opponent that he brings to the table? And I'll go with Pat first.
Definitely the size. Out of any opponent that I've ever had, that's always been an advantage that they have too. Um, I'm not gonna say technical ability because even what he's doing in the gym, like he hasn't had that many fights, so I don't think it's gonna equate to in the ring. But he could definitely use his size to win too. So his size, the fact that he's bigger than me and taller than me as well, that will definitely come into advantage for him on fight day. And for me to just be like, yeah, he's just a fucking weak bitch, that would just be stupid for me to do. He's doing that for me, then he's stupid. But I know deep down that he's not really doing that because he wouldn't be putting the time in the gym otherwise. So the size, 100%.
Okay.
So for
Augustine.
me, I believe that a lot of people have struggled with Pat because of a couple things. One of them is Pat and what he brings to the table and who he has around him and the energy that he brings on fight day. He's got a lot of aura, and that might scare a lot of these guys, a lot of these debutantes and tomato cans he likes to fight. It's not going to scare me. It's not going to rattle me. You understand? So these little things that you've relied on for so long, you know, scaring your opponents and this energy that you have to, it's not going to penetrate my shield, brother. You know, you've relied on people having no experience and no shine under the light. I've had the cameras on me. I've had the lights on me. I've fought in front of 200 people. I've fought in front of people, more people than you. You know, I fought a sanctioned fight. I fought on the big stage, the big lights. I fought an amateur boxer, 6'2", 80-inch reach. You don't scare me, okay? And I know how to
All that
handle
shit
you.
doesn't scare
I know
me
how to
either.
handle you. I handle guys like you, fat little guys like you in the gym all fucking day, okay? You said I'm gonna use my
Oh,
size? You're
okay.
goddamn right. Get ready for that, man.
Yeah,
Get ready for that.
yeah, okay.
You had trouble with Pepper Poppy when he peppered your fucking face, okay? You thought
Yeah,
that
but
was
you're
bad?
also not Pepper
You thought
Potts.
that was fucking bad? Get ready for this, my friend. December
Oh,
7th.
oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, okay. Yeah, you're fucked. You understand me?
I don't think I am
Fucked.
though.
So on so
I
on
think I
to
am though.
on to the next question. From Alex Pineda, also known as Xander, aka I don't want to do that whole thing, so I don't even know that's DDK's thing. But
The honored one. Let's go. Shout out
for
Pineda.
so for both of you guys, and we'll start with Augustine this time. Do you see anything from your opposition that you can respect fight wise?
I mean, it's sort of the same question as the
Yeah, I
last
mean,
one. Yeah, it's the same answer. You know, the
okay.
aura, the experience, but yeah, he's relied on his opponents not having the same I guess set of nuts. You know, we'll say that. But
I think that it's good that you actually have a sack and that you actually want to come and fight. I like that shit though. So like I
yeah,
don't know what you're talking about. Where
I'm
it's
just
like,
saying this is the
this
first
is what
time you're
I
gonna
have
fight
wanted. This
someone
is
with
what
an
I have
equally
fiend for.
sized, if
I
not
went through
larger
three
sack.
opponents and they haven't given it to me. So if you're saying you're gonna give me some sort of challenge, I want that. So like I don't know what you're saying where it's like, oh, he's fought tomato cans, this, that, and the third. It's not my fault that they show up on fight day when they said that they could show up on fight day, just like you're saying now. However, I believe that you will be able to bring it. That's why I'm excited for this fight. That's why we chased the fight. You know what I mean? I'm not just trying to come on here and be like, oh, this, that, and the third. We acknowledge the fact that this could actually be a tough fight. And I fiend for tough fights. I'm no bitch, and I know that you're not a bitch. So let's show everyone who is not the biggest bitch. I mean,
Yeah, the biggest not bitch.
the
Let's
biggest not
go.
bitch.
Put that
So
on the
that's
poster.
So all right, next question, boys. It's from Trey Ingram. Someone that you have fought in the past, Augustine, obviously beat. Um, question is for Pat. Um, is Augustine getting in your head leading up to this fight?
no, I think a lot of the shit that he said is actually pretty funny. Too. Uh, the Patrick Star bit too. I mean, it's kind of funny because I know that Augustin Siel likes to believe that I know that he hasn't been in my household, but I come in on my bed the other day and I see this. So he's leaving me presents. He's leaving me gifts. I think he might actually have a crush on me. I think he might actually not want to fight me. I think he might want to give me a nice big old fat hug instead of punching me in the face, which I would rather him punch me in the face because I am ready for full destructive pain on both ends, because you have to be able to be willing to receive it in order to dish it. And I believe that I can do that. And
Pause.
he cannot. Pause. There we go. Whatever.
I have a question. So we have a couple questions, but I want to add in a question because I'm also a fan of the small creator scene, if I can. So, Pat, you've mentioned this. I found it interesting in the last face to face. You said that Augustine puts on a persona, right? That
Mhm.
he has a persona to that he's a really really nice guy in person, but when it comes to the cameras or when it comes, you know, to everything else,
I don't think it's like that. I don't think it's like that though.
you don't think it's like that?
No, I don't think he's like a fake person, as in like behind the scenes. And this is like he's like a fake person. I just think that this is again like all a performance to get to the people like amped up. Obviously, he's wanted the fight. Obviously, he's wanted this to happen for a long time. So I don't believe that he's just doing this purely for the fact that he wants clicks and attention. I mean, I know that he's wanted to hit me in the face for a long time, as I've wanted to hit him in the face. So that part is genuine. I just feel like this whole idea that like all this hate that he's trying to spew, you know what I mean? He preaches that he wants to do good for the scene and stuff like that, and as do I. So, if he really truly means that, then after the fight, what I think I'm gonna see is what I'm gonna see, and we'll go from there. If he wants to, fight again, we'll see. But I do not think he'll want to fight again after I beat him. So,
Awesome. Okay, so last question, boys. It comes from Blaze, and he says for both, what is your why? And I guess that's a good question to end on. And we'll start with
Yeah, you can go ahead, Pat.
um, I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet because I know he has probably like a big monologue thing that he wants to post on Twitter after or whatever. But I'm I'm fighting for the legacy of not this scene. I'm fighting for my family. You know what I mean? I'm fighting to make them proud and to make the big guy upstairs proud. That's what I'm doing. And I know that I'm thinking. I know that I said that. It made it think that I was talking about God. I'm talking about someone else other than God. But God's great and everything. But I'm the big man upstairs who recently passed away, and I'm just here to give the people a good fight. You know what I mean? This whole thing has completely changed for me. You know what I mean? Before it was like, it was a serious fight. You know what I mean? It took it very, very seriously, but it's become more than anything it could have been. You know what I mean? Augustin has said that I'm a veteran and that I'm done. No, I'm not going to get that misconstrued at this time with him calling me a 35-year-old man. I understand what he's saying, but what he is saying is wrong. So, that is my why. I'm fighting for the scene. I'm fighting for the people. I believe it or not, I'm fighting for Augustin as well, even though he does not believe that I am fighting for him. He's a part of the scene too. So, yeah, I'm fighting for him too. Even though that he's in the ring against me, I'm fighting for him too. So, fighting for all of you. So that's what I'm doing.
That's really sweet of you, pal. Um, I mean, you said I was gonna waffle on, but holy fuck. Anyway, what was the question even?
what is your why?
What's my why? I would say honestly, it's just the pursuit of happiness, man. Trying to get to the meaning of this shit. So, and for me, it's all about legacy. It's all about leaving an impact, and um, I would say 90% of what Pat just said is bullshit, but I agree with 10% of it. The important bits, but yeah, I think we're gonna have a great fight on December 7th, man. And if you tune in, it's gonna be the people's main event. This is the real main event. There's a fight after ours, I've heard. Um, but we're the real main event. So, guys, tune in. Judgment Day, Atlanta, Georgia, December 7th.
So yeah, but before I let you guys get out of here, any last words? I feel like this might be the last time you see each other face to face until we get to December and you guys see each other in person. So are there any last words for the both of you? And we'll start with Augustine this time.
Yeah, man. He knows how I feel. He's currently going through, some denial about his position. Um, Pat, to me, your position is clear, dude. And I think the sooner that you accept your role in this, the sooner that the community can thrive off of it. Because, bad things happen when you don't pass the torch in time. Look what just happened. So you need to pass the torch in time, my friend. Don't stretch this out any longer. And let's get to it, okay? 30 days away. I'm going to do great with what you've built. I promise. All right. I've got it from here. You've done enough.
And Pat,
First
to you.
thing, now I need to pass the torch. What I think that you need to do is settle into your chair called reality. I'm going to win on December 7th. I'm fighting for something bigger than you, me, and this entire community, and you will not be ready for what I bring. You expect me to come in just like I have every single other fight, but trust me, that is not the case, and you are going to feel it on December 7th. So that's all.
Wow, that was wow.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is your co-main event. Augustin Siel and CEO Pat Typloosion. CEO versus CEO for the belt. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot wait. We will see you on December 7th.